I think I'm live. Yes. Wait, let me just. Can you hear me? Hello. Could get an ad. Oh, cool. Oh, I think I'm live. Yes. Oh, right now. Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm not sure if anyone is going to tune into this live stream because clearly it's a spontaneous live stream. I'm hoping you guys will catch the replay on this. I'm gonna fully admit right now I've been really just struggle bus with my Patreon, but yeah, I guess I can start with that. Long term, like Patreon, I'm hoping it becomes like my second platform. Like I want it to be my main platform. So I will get into a rhythm eventually with like, you know, what the weekly Patreon only hangouts will be and stuff. But for now, they're just going to be like, oh my gosh, this is happening and I need to tell you guys right now, and then you guys will probably catch the replay. So I'm trying to figure out how I can find your comments. When I do the Patreon only hangouts, I'm not stuff. Oh gosh. But for now, I don't go live the same way as for Heather's Happy Hour. So it's like tricky. Okay, so there's no one here right now. So I'm just gonna just ramble. So anyway, there's huge things happening, and I doubt he'll watch this, but he is a Patreon patron. But Ignis, if you're watching this, thank you so much for always being like the person that I just word barf everything to, and you probably have no idea what's going on, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't process. So there's a lot of things going on today that I feel like all these things, everything I've been working towards, I mean, that's what it feels like every day. So this is why I didn't want to go live on my full channel, like to all of YouTube, because I feel like with you guys being invested as fans, right? So you're part of the creator fam, but you are fans of what I'm trying to do. You really want to see me succeed. And so I feel like you invested interest in terms of like the actual struggle. And when it comes to YouTube, I feel like not all of YouTube wants to see that every day. So that's why I was like, okay, this is a perfect example of what it's like to, you know, be an entrepreneur. It's a perfect example of what it's like to have ADHD. And it's a perfect example of like what my story is. And I felt like because of what I'm experiencing, I wanted it to be Patreon only. So with that said, where do I start? Okay, so a week ago, I put out a vlog where, excuse me while I do my makeup because I'm trying to multitask here. I put out a vlog where I talk about how do I make money, and I forgot what the inspiration was for that video. It's funny because the videos, see, I'm rambling. I need to collect my thoughts here. Okay, hold on. God, if you ever wanted to see what it's like to have ADHD, this is like totally it. Like seriously, I should be on a billboard right now. Okay, how do I make money? One thought at a time. Oh, I read a comment. Okay, so I read a comment on my Postmates video, and someone said like, is Postmates the only thing that you do for money? And I get stuff like that all the time. And I always reply like, no, it's not. And I actually haven't done Postmates in a while. But the difference with this guy was that he said, do you do Postmates? Is Postmates the only thing that you do? And having him ask it like that is what made me think like, okay, I don't remember the last time I talked about Sharespark Media on my channel. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I made that conscious decision of like, I have to shift gears here. Sid helped me go through that, right? Like we talked about like percentage of effort and stuff. So I guess it's been like since the last time you guys probably saw Sid on the channel. So maybe like April-ish, May-ish is when I stopped talking about it. Now, everyone who has come to my channel from then to now has no idea what Sharespark is. And so when I talk about myself as an entrepreneur, especially the people that come from Postmates, you know, they think that that is my entrepreneurial like journey, and it's not. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a video that clarifies, you know, what I'm doing as an entrepreneur, like what I set out to do, just for the people who are new and wanted to know and are curious and stuff. And I felt like it was just time to talk about it overall. So I did. And in that video, I went in depth about Sharespark. And someone found it. And this person who found it is basically the person I've been waiting for since like day one of my journey. And that's what makes me so excited about it. This is also a reason why I don't want it to be like public knowledge quite yet, because like we're still trying to iron out the details. But either way, I figured, you know, if for some reason we don't end up working together, which I find that, you know, I really don't think that that's going to happen. I feel like we are going to work very closely together. But I wanted to let you guys know that this program exists. So if you are new to Sharespark Media, you'd catch up, but I'll tell you guys in a nutshell. I quit my job working at a school to start a movement to educate and empower people to utilize digital media to achieve meaningful goals. I'm gonna try to hurry up with my makeup so I can like directly look at you. And that's because I saw firsthand the disconnect that was happening between two generations, the one before me and the one after me. And I felt like there's a difference between being digital savvy and digitally literate. And that's where like one generation was this and the other generation is that. So yes, kids know how to use, like they're digital savvy, right? But they're not digitally literate. And then you have the opposite end. So everyone older than me, I'm 32, everyone older than me has the potential to be digitally literate, but because they're not digital savvy, they can't be digitally literate. The literate part is like, what does it mean to be able to, like, what are the opportunities, the potential, the implications of being able to connect with the world at your fingertips? You know, being able to have something like Google in your pocket, literally, you know, and what does it mean to be able to share your story? Like, what can we do with this? How does all of this play out 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And because we don't have, like, the generation before me is not teaching the next generation any of this. If anything, they're saying like, you're addicted to your, you know, social media, you're addicted to technology, da, da, da. And I feel like, you know, there is a place for that, but no one is doing the other side of the spectrum, which is like, what can we do? You know, like, yes, you're on it and yeah, you're playing games, but like, there's all this other stuff that you can do. Case in point, my vlog, right? I'm sharing my story as raw and real as possible. You guys, here I am with no makeup, like, you know, getting ready for the day, no filter, straight up, not even one on my face yet. But, you know, I'm just trying to like, anyway, that's the mission of Sharespark. And I had to put it on hold because I couldn't figure out like how to monetize and how to, it's not a business, you know, it's not like Sharespark Media is not something that people are willing to pay for. It's more of like, it really should be a nonprofit, but I started a nonprofit before in college and like, that was so freaking hard. So I was like, I don't want to like start a nonprofit, at least like at the beginning. I feel like that's what it eventually will be. But for now, it's like, it's not even incorporated. It's just like my DBA, you know, I'm doing business as Sharespark Media. So right now it's still just, I'm a sole proprietor. But yeah, like, what is my point? Anyway, my point is that I couldn't figure out how to make money. But in the meantime, a lot of businesses were trying to pay me to help them with social media marketing. So that's what I focused on because that's where the money was. And now that I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm like, you know, staying afloat, I'm still like, you know, trying to make ends meet here. Like every dollar is still like very tight and my entire lifestyle's changed. Yeah, but I'm still just trying to play the long game, trying to play like, okay, you know, eventually the opportunity will come, the right person will come, the you know, I don't know, like something will happen, and I've just been waiting for it, and finally this has happened. So anyway, let me fast forward to what is actually happening. A person found my vlog where I talked about, you know, how do I make money, talked about Sharespark. They found my channel through doing a boosted board. Like they were searching for a boosted board review, which is so funny. But I mean, right there, that boosted board, $1,500 or however much I paid for it, just paid off for me to have this connection. And I wouldn't have been able to make that, you know, the boosted board videos without the boosted board. So, you know, to me, it's definitely an investment, and I'm like so happy I made it. Anyway, fast forward, the guy is a teacher of a program that does exactly what I'm trying to do with Sharespark. Exactly. Like it's so crazy to me that my vision of what I imagine is like happening. It's so cool. It's so cool to know that, like, not only one, does someone else see the urgency and the need for this, but two, like they are in the capacity to do something about it, you know, because I am not. I don't have like I said, I don't have the resources or the manpower or like even the access to the people. I'm trying to get there, which is why I'm doing my personal brand thing. But with this guy, it's like he works at a school. The students are there. And his thing is called Digital Media Productions, I believe is like the whole program. It's a whole 4-year program. So people, like the students enroll in the program freshman year and they stay in it until they graduate, and they take just a myriad of classes, everything from like, you know, Adobe programs, Premiere, Photoshop, all of that, to like, you know, YouTube, to creating graphics, to doing live streaming. Like they cover it all. And it just is so, it's so exciting to me that that's happening. Like that just makes me so validated, you know. It's like, here I am. For so long I felt like I was the only one who kind of recognized this problem, and the more I talked about it, the more people were like, oh yeah, Heather, you're right, like this should be discussed. But still, I was the one leading that ship, and it's hard to lead that ship. It's hard. Like it was hard, especially when you're not making money. And you know, yes, I recognize the importance of my own freaking mission, but I'm also trying to pay rent, you know? So that it's like, it was so hard to be able to like switch gears and still be as enthusiastic and all these things. So anyway, like, I'm just so, number one, happy to meet this person, like who is doing this. I just, I can't explain. I can't even explain. And then two, you know, obviously he wants to collab. He's got some ideas, and I'm so excited. And we're going to start next week, where I'm actually going to go to the school and just vlog it, and probably do a live stream sesh with the teacher, because I just want to give his program as much exposure as possible. And I have like a million questions, you know. I just want to be like, oh my God, where, like, how did you come to be where you are to be able to do this? Like, you know, I just have questions. So, that is like the big thing. And the reason why I'm like semi freaking out about it is because I really do believe that this is going to take everything in another direction. Yeah, I feel like it's going to take my channel, my strategy, just pretty much everything I do in a new direction. It really, you know, like if I hadn't met him, I would be doing something else. But because I did, and because I'm going to go there and school starting, like all these things, I really feel like it's going to be a big story on my vlog. Like, you guys are going to hear it. This is something I'm passionate about. This is what I've been waiting for. So I'm definitely going to be like talking about it. And, you know, that's going to change a lot of things, because like, I think back to the other times I felt this, where I felt like, oh my gosh, this is a new direction, like a new frontier that I hadn't considered. I think the last time I felt this was with WeWork. So when I moved into WeWork and started interviewing entrepreneurs about their entrepreneurial journey, which I still love doing, that's when I realized, hey, I am part of the WeWork network that's connected to 90,000 other entrepreneurs right here. And I could like, these are all the people I can interview to get tips for them about being an entrepreneur, to vlog them, to, to do what I've just been doing. And I also saw it as an opportunity to make money. So like sponsored videos and stuff like that. And then I started the process of creating a web page so that, brands and business can see a portfolio of the stuff that I've done. And there's like one place where they can see what it is that I'm doing so they can get an idea. And I think all of that changed when I went to VidCon. Because when I went to VidCon, it really, like, the Sharespark came back because it was the panel where I was sitting in with the professor from USC who was talking about, like, how they're doing studies on all this digital media stuff and what it means to be a digital influencer, and how all of this is having an impact on everything, like society as a whole and everything. And that's when I just went back to, like, oh my gosh, like, I just want to help this out. I want to further this in some way. I want to just be a part of this. I don't know how, but I want to. I don't know. And the thing is, like, I need to get to a point where I'm making money, like more money than I am right now. Like, I'm not even, like, I shouldn't even say that I'm breaking even, because I'm not, like, I'm very, like, in order to break even, it's not because I'm making money, it's because I'm saving money. And that's, like, I don't want to be at this point anymore, because, like, it's really frustrating. It's frustrating. It's like, if I want to buy a new camera, like, I can't, I don't know. I just don't want to be here in this financial situation anymore. But that's why I was doing the whole Teachable thing. And, so it's like the point I'm trying to convey in this live stream is, one, like, this is a perfect example of my story, of my struggle. And, like, I'm hoping that I rewatch this live stream like 6 months from now and just, like, remember this mental struggle that I'm going through right now. Is like, there's so many directions I could take. There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so much of me. And I'm just like, where the hell do I go? Because everything needs to get done. And also, like, for you, the fans, like, I really want you to know that, like, I'm not giving up. That is not an option, despite how overwhelmed I feel. Like, earlier, I was just, like, in my bed, crawled up into a ball because I could not, like, get myself to, it's just ADHD. It just was like, oh my God, I don't know how to process all of this. Because on top of that, someone who is a community manager of an ADHD page sent me an email, and they were like, oh yeah, we shared one of your videos where you talk about ADHD with our community of 32,000 people. Like, it was well received, da da da. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so excited that I can help out in this way. And he wants to talk. Jump on a call tomorrow and just see if we can talk. But to me, like, that's just another, like, that I could see as another potential big storyline of, like, I could do a lot there if I put more energy there, is to, like, talk about ADHD and interview other people with ADHD, and that's like a whole thing. So anyway, I'm just feeling like, how do I process all of this? And I don't really know how long I've been live streaming because I'm on the Google Hangout, but I have no idea. And I haven't seen any chats. I don't think any of you guys are watching right now. But anyway, like, if you watch this, first of all, thank you. It means a lot to me. And secondly, let me know what you think. I just want to have this dialogue with you. I mean, that's, if I didn't care, then I wouldn't have live streamed. I would have just like, you know, done stuff, or I don't know. I just would have done the thinking out loud. But let me know what you think. And then also, the other big thing on my plate is the freaking event on September 8th, the progress party. So I need to make the invite video, which I'm hoping to film. Shoot, I was supposed to do that today. It's already 3:30. I was hoping to film it today, and I want to send the invite out tomorrow. God, where's all the time going? But I really need that to get on people's calendars like now. So that's going to be, that's priority one before everything. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. So anyway, I'll just keep it short because I feel like I'm just rambling now. But again, if you watch this, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being patrons. It's been on my list to kind of reorganize this whole Patreon thing because I don't feel like it's in a structure that makes sense for what I'm doing. So if you have any ideas of like how I should do the levels, let me know. It would mean a lot to get that feedback from like actual patrons. So yeah, okay, with that said, I'm gonna go. I guess I'm done. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.